Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, we're going to be going over the 5 things that I don't exactly like about the Mitsubishi Outlander. Before getting into the video though, as always, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Now the first thing is the fact that this has a CVT. I understand there are a lot of benefits to using CVT transmissions. Well, actually I just said transmission twice because the T in CVT stands for transmission. But anyways, the point that I'm trying to make is, yes, there are a bunch of benefits. Good fuel economy, it's pretty inexpensive to mass produce, but there's a lot of downsides. If something breaks within a CVT, typically you have to just replace the entire transmission. You can't just replace a single component because it doesn't have gears. And so that's a downside. And then on top of that, from a driving perspective, it's just not as smooth or as quick as a regular torque converter automatic. And so I think with how advanced torque converter automatics are and with how good of a fuel economy rating you can get with regular torque converter automatics, can't talk apparently, I think they should just go and get rid of CVTs altogether, like every single automaker, including Mitsubishi, and just do a regular automatic. Number 2 is the engine. So the Outlander has a ton of really cool features and it's a really good value, but it is very, very underpowered. It has like 181 horsepower and 181 pound-feet of torque. It's a pretty decent sized crossover, and so it just needs a little bit more pep in its step. There's actually a turbocharged 3-cylinder that's in the new Nissan Rogue, and by the way, this is basically a Nissan Rogue, and that has a little bit more power. I think that would fit more with the character of the Outlander. Now, there is a plug-in hybrid coming soon for the Outlander, which will, again, also kind of fix things, but yeah, the engine definitely just feels lethargic in this. Number 3 is the split lights. So typically I complain about split light design because it usually doesn't look all that good, but I think they've done a pretty good job with integrating everything. Like you guys can see there with the top light that contains like the daytime running light, the headlights down below, and then the fog light. And that's not the reason why I don't like this setup. The reason I don't like this setup is because this is supposed to be like an affordable, you know, economy 3-row SUV, and I don't even want to know how much that's going to cost when that lighting system breaks because of how many different pieces there are. And like, just instead of replacing one thing, you're gonna have to replace 3 different things. So yeah, I think it looks good from a design perspective. I don't think it is good from a practicality perspective. Number 4 is the third row. Now, this point's actually strange because typically I'm all about, you know, third rows because, well, they add practicality, but this third row is, well, as you can see, pretty much unusable. Like, yeah, you can fit a really small kid back there, but I feel like if a kid's small enough to fit back there, they need to be in a car seat, and yeah, I don't know if you could fit a car seat back there. And so I think they should have just made this a 2-row SUV. I understand why they didn't because, well, then Mitsubishi wouldn't have a 3-row SUV, but they either need to stretch this out more or just release a new SUV that is bigger, that has a 3rd row, and just get rid of the 3rd row out of this because it's just too small. Number 5 is the cruise control system. Now, I don't want to spend too much time on this point, but basically this has adaptive cruise control, which is fine. That system works okay, but it also has a lane keeping assist system, and it uses some older school technology with lane keeping assist where it actually breaks certain wheels depending on which lane you accidentally go over. And it's just very jarring when you're on the highway because the car kind of like, it just jerks all over the place. And so a steering assist system would be so much better with this rather than the current lane keep assist brake system they have. Like, automakers need to just get rid of that because sometimes it feels kind of dangerous. That's going to sum things up for the 5 things that I don't exactly like about the Mitsubishi Outlander. With that being said, I'll see all of you in that next video.